Hello and welcome to episode 564 of the Daily Sales Message podcast, where every single day I share a piece of simple and actionable advice that's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. In today's episode, we're talking about this notion, that's me and how. That's me and how. And this is what you want your buyers to be thinking and feeling when they read your communication, they hear your messages, they see your advertising, whatever it is. That's me and how. So in our communication, in our clear sales message, marketing communications, we want our buyers to feel recognized. So we want them to be saying, that's me. Oh my God, that's me. And we achieve that by talking about the problems that they face, the triggers, the emotions, the real world contextual situation they find themselves in, or straight out calling them out. So for me, I say I help B2B founders with a hard to explain offering. So if you're a B2B founder, and it's hard to explain your offering, you're going to say, hey, that's me. And you're going to be more interested in what I've got to say. So that's me. That's the first thing we want to focus on. And then how. And the how bit's interesting because this is where we have to be deliberately cryptic and deliberately intriguing. We can allude to things. So usually if I talk about acronyms and terms and things, I'll explain them and justify them. But here we don't want to do that. We want to use that as an information gap. So we want to say something mysterious or intriguing, and it causes the person to say, tell me more. How do you do that? Tell me more about that. So for example, if I said in your offering, when you're handling objections and differentiation, there's 4 things you need to be prepared for, and it's IDDC. Immediately you're thinking, well, what's IDDC? What does that mean? IDDC stands for inaction, delay, DIY, and cheaper alternatives. Those are the 4 kind of main horsemen of the apocalypse that are going to come and steal business from you. You've got to defend yourself against them. But if I don't explain IDDC to you and I just use that term, there's a level of intrigue that creeps in. So I help B2B founders with a hard to explain offering. You're thinking, that's me. And then I say, oh, we do this and do that. And then we have IDDC. We'll make sure we get you a QER. We focus on ROI, and then there's 178 conversion strategies we can run you through. Immediately you're thinking, well, what are the 178? What's QER and what's this and what's that? So you're more inclined, if I then say, see, if you want to know more about this, ask me for details, you're probably more likely to do it than if I just laid everything out. So this is what you need to be doing with your buyers. That's me and how. How do we get your buyers to identify in your messaging and say, hey, that's me? We can do it by calling them out or just referencing their circumstances. And the how piece is when we just kind of, in an intriguing fashion, allude to what we do and how we do it. Right, that's it for this episode of the podcast. Thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. In tomorrow's episode, 565, we're talking about when it's too direct to book a call. When it's too direct. I'll cover more about that tomorrow. I see this happening quite a lot with some people, particularly in the DMs, the direct messages. We'll cover that in tomorrow's episode. Thank you for listening or watching. I'll catch you tomorrow for another exciting edition of the Daily Sales Message.